Given the fact that it could be a lot of snow in a short-term time frame, be prepared for roads to drop down in quality over these next couple hours as that band tries to pass through. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that as that band makes its way closer to and into the immediate Rochester area over the next couple hours.
The positive news that I see, based on what we're learning right now from you, is that this is happening during daylight hours when the majority of people hopefully will start to be at the location they're going to be spending the majority of the day. The work day, and so hopefully road crews will be able to get out there.
A time frame where the conditions drop back a little bit, then it improves, kind of like what some areas did see during the very early portion of this morning where those roads really dropped back, and now we've seen that little temporary improvement for the short term now.
So winter.
Winter, that's basically the best explanation. You're going to see it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, Marty. Thank you. Time right now is 8:03. Happening in your community. We are moving on now to the Pirate Toy Fund toy drive.
Yes.
Chris Lopez live out there for us this morning. And Chris, we're getting closer and closer to that goal of 25,000 toys. Let's see if we can check in with him
Are we
here.
checking in with Chris here? Yes.
You guys should be checking in with me.
You hear us, Christopher?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yes, I can hear you guys. Absolutely. 12,507. Probably, I would say I'm not really all that good at counting, but with all of the toys on the table earlier this morning that got brought out to that Connex truck, probably about 2,000 more, maybe around 3,000 more. So I'm thinking we're probably hitting close to that 15K threshold. Still quite a bit to go, though. We got to get to that 25K mark. We can definitely do it with many helping hands. It makes a lot of light work. And we're really asking for anyone's helping hand, whether you're old or whether you're young, it doesn't matter. I have Ted Mancini, principal here, along with a giant student body that just showed up. Thank you guys so much. Shouldn't you guys be in school? What's going on with you guys? Kids helping out other kids. I keep reiterating that, but you guys have a lot of kids helping out other kids, as we saw earlier this morning. What's so special about that?
That's been my mantra forever, right? There's nothing better than an opportunity for kids to give toys to other kids. It's a fantastic opportunity. We have a great connection with Pirate Toy Fund, the Simonetti family. Their kids were here. Dave Simonetti's an alum, so it's a great way to give, for our school to give back to such a great organization. And it's a great opportunity for young people to start to understand what philanthropy is all about. It's a fantastic lesson.
And when you were a kid, were you giving like the kids here, or are they showing you up?
They're showing me. Oh, they're definitely showing me up. They definitely show me up. So and that's awesome. That's what you want, right? Something better for the younger generation.
And how's school going so far for the kids?
It's been a great year. You need to ask them though. But my opinion is it's been a great year. It's a fantastic school year. We're continuing to grow. I couldn't ask for anything better.
I'm going to talk to the student body a little bit. Got a lot of smiling faces here, a lot of nervous faces. Who wants to speak first? Raise your hand. Just kidding, I'll go to you. What's your name and what grade are you in?
I'm Avery Wegman and I'm a senior.
And Avery, today was a pretty big day, pretty cool. Got to watch you guys come out and bring the toys. What's your favorite part about this year? You're giving, you're also receiving during Christmas.
I just love being able to help out the community and everyone around me. I love that I know that all these toys are going to go to a good home and everyone can get a Christmas present this year.
And what was your toy as a kid? What was your favorite toy? How'd you feel when you got that toy?
Probably Barbies, and I always felt amazing.
Okay. And then I want to go to you. What's your name? What grade are you in?
I'm Bella Mirator. I'm a junior.
And what did you give a specific toy today?
Yeah, I gave little baby dolls.
Ah, little baby dolls. And how do you think that a kid is going to feel when they do receive that little baby doll?
Just like amazing. I know as a kid, like I always loved receiving like great Christmas gifts, and I know all these gifts are going to like a great cause, and it's so great to know that you're helping out families and children the holiday season. So. And
you guys are doing a great job. I want to talk to the big fella in the back. What is your name and what grade are you in?
Hi, I'm Caden Halling, and I'm a senior.
Senior, how's senior year going for you so far, Caden?
It's great. It's fun. This is great fun.
and what toy did you give?
I brought like a minion, like gray, like gun. Yeah.
Okay. And did you carry how much toys did you guys carry out into here today? A lot of toys. A lot of
Hundreds and
How did it feel? Did you guys give? I was here last year when you guys did that. Was there any returning customers doing that from last year? Everyone doing that?
Standing here was helping out last year.
We are behind this year. We need a pitch from all of you. What do you guys say? We're behind. People are watching right now. We need more toys to reach that 25K threshold, probably about 10,000 more. What do you guys say? Go ahead and let's yell it out.
Make everyone have a Merry Christmas. Yeah. Keep donating. Yeah, bring toys.
There we go. Thank you guys so much for your time. I will let you guys get back to school. Great students right there. Check this out. We are trying to fill up this Connex box in here. I got people getting warm, but behind them are toys. Guys, can I have a bag of toys quickly? You can. Sure. I'm gonna move back here and grab this bad boy. Look at this right in here. This is all of the stuff that we are looking to bring today. You have Barbie dolls. And of course we have VP of the Pirate Toy Fund, Mike Slattery, bringing out the jingle bells.
Riding a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey! Mike, I'm not letting you get away with that. Speak to us. How's it going so far, sir?
Chris, isn't that amazing? Look at them. They're running now. They had Rudolph. They want to sing another song. But I know you got a short head here, but Aquinas has been fabulous. It's been unbelievable this morning. The energy, the kids, the excitement, it's really overwhelming.
Very powerful, but you know what else is powerful? Your lungs. Go ahead and sing for us, sir.
Moon River, wider than a mile. Hey, Santa Claus is coming to town. Bring toys. Definitely need them. Greatly appreciate everybody's support. Chris is going to help me out in a different language singing. Chris, come on.
I don't have another language to sing in.
Feliz Navidad.
Producer Ashley is giving me the good old rapola, so I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. We're going to be here talking to Mike in the next hit. We are trying to get to 25K. We can do it. Back to you guys.
Chris, you know what? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Chris, can you hear me still? Sorry, Ashley Ashley is telling me there's plenty of time for you to finish that song.
You can keep going. We've got a couple minutes.
Verse and the chorus.
That's odd. So executive producer Mike DeGiorgio is also in my ear right now, and he loves music, but he doesn't love to hear my voice. He hears it early in the morning. He says, yeah, the good old rapola indeed.
Wow, you can't see him, but the general manager's here, and he's saying,
he's asking for you to sing. He says your job is on the line, my friend.
David Muir actually is in my ear, and he pretty much runs ABC, so he's telling me we can't. I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate the effort there at the toy drive.
Honesty.
Maybe not so much on the singing end of things, but keep up the good work.
Hey, share your photos of the Pirate Toy Fund Toy Drive if you happen to be making a donation or hanging out with the crew there at the Aquinas Institute. Use the QR code on your screen, scan it there. You can send your pictures to chime in.
8:11 this Thursday morning. A lot more coming up when we return right here on ARC Rochester. Don't go anywhere. We're back on the other side of the break. .14 this Thursday morning right here on Arc Rochester. Thanks so much for waking up with us. We appreciate it. We want to dive back into that weather conversation, Marty, because there is a snow squall warning now in effect.
In effect, yeah, mainly from Rochester westward. It's from that heavy snow that's been dropping down and through parts of the area. It's going to be a story where we see that quick burst of snow, and that's going to cause at least some of the road conditions to really deteriorate quite a bit just over the next hour to 2 hours or so. And then we see improvement beyond that. So may catch people by surprise who aren't aware that that's going to happen.
And for people getting ready to head out the door, they've got all that slush on the roadways too.
Yeah.
So you mix that in with the poor visibility. It really has made for a messy morning drive, not just on the roads, but we've had several motor vehicle accidents.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can pull up some of the traffic slides, if we can. In the meantime, Marty, where are we specifically seeing some of these snow squalls?
Well, at this point, it's mainly west of Rochester. I don't know if you want to do traffic now that...
No, go ahead. You go ahead, and I'll just flip through.
Okay, yeah. As far as the where the heaviest snow is right now, it's mainly west of Rochester, portions of very western Monroe County, especially up towards Hamlin, getting into some of that, Hilton as well, and even over towards Orleans and Genesee counties. Those are the areas that are really seeing that that heaviest snow out there at this point. And that's the band that'll be dropping down and into the Rochester area over the next hour to 2 hours.
And how much snow can people west of the city anticipate in that time frame this morning?
Maybe about 2 inches of snow or so.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 3 on the upper end. It's not going to be a huge amount of snow, but it's just going to be the intensity of it, how fast it's going to come, how fast it's going to stack up. You know, some people are going to be caught off guard by it.
Sure.
Who aren't aware of this, but that's how it's going to play out this morning, where they look out the window, they see wet roads, head out to work, and then it's a totally different scenario, and they feel the urge to rush through it, which, as we all know, is not a good idea to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So plan ahead.
Yeah, that's true. And you just saw on the traffic map, it seems like we just have clusters of crashes. Probably just messy roads over in that direction, and you know, just kind of piles up after a while. Not a pile up, so to speak, but you know, a domino effect kind of.
One causes another. Yeah. And if we could show the weather graphics and show exactly where that warning is in effect, it's mainly west of Rochester. There it is, and you can see those areas shaded in white. So it's mainly western Monroe County, the northern and northwestern portion of Genesee County, a lot of Orleans County. That's where that heaviest snow is right now. And it's mainly that one pocket that continues to drop down, mainly from the northwest to southeast across the area. So as you can see, it is filling in throughout more western Monroe County right now. Even some areas to the south getting into some of it, but that's not the worn portion of that system. But as you can see out of the western part of Lake Ontario, it really breaks down pretty well. So it's not going to be an all-day storm or anything like that. But again, we are going to see road conditions drop down pretty well just over the short term of the next 1 to 2 hours, and then improvement beyond that. So if you can delay your travel, probably a good idea to do that over these next couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it all morning, and we say it all day, every day throughout the winter season. But when you've got those temperatures that are so close to that freezing level, and you've got these conditions out there where it's wet and then snowy, and you're going to get some freezing. You're going to get slick spots.
And that's it. Especially, I think that's a key point that you mentioned. We saw that snow overnight. They've salted the roads. They've tried to do their best to clean it up, but there's still that slop that's still there on some roads. Then you put the snow in on top of that, and you don't see what's under that top layer.
Exactly.
And that could surprise some folks as well, just having those varying conditions just on the roads as far as how that layer cake stacks up on the roads. That could be a surprise to some folks as well.
A layer cake makes it sound like much more pleasant than it actually is.
Yeah. I don't want to make it sound too pleasant, it's something we can deal with. We can handle it. It's not going to be the worst thing as long as you're aware of it and plan some extra time in.
So when it comes to the afternoon, evening drive, do people need to be aware of road conditions there too, or do you think for the most part it's going to be settled down?
Yeah, well, it's actually a two-phase thing. So we're seeing this one band move through now. I think through the late morning we're going to improve. Then we could see another quick burst of snow, maybe not as strong as this first one that comes through around the afternoon commute time frame. So it's not going to be great for that time frame, but I think it may not be quite as intense as what we're going to see over these next 1 to 2 hours for us. So it's kind of hit and miss. It's on and off as we go through the day. A lot of variation in the conditions that we'll see.
I wonder just how many people out there today are saying to themselves, well, guess I'm not wearing the work shoes to work. I'm going for the boots for the first time this season.
Yeah.
And I'll bring the shoes.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of them.
I left my boots in my truck, so I probably should have brought them in.
How do you get to the car?
I'll just walk out there.
Barefoot?
No.
No.
Other shoes.
Oh, you wear the other shoes.
I change my shoes up.
Okay, all right.
You know me, I'm
fair.
usually, I put on a little better shoes now than what I had on earlier this morning since I knew they were going to be on
people
camera.
can see your feet at this point.
Right.
And we appreciate it.
You're
we
welcome.
appreciate it. All right, well, I know you guys will be busy all day tracking this squall and then whatever else is moving in behind it, so we'll keep checking in with you.
Yeah, just updated 13 WEM weather apps. There's an alert on there. Twitter, Facebook just posted some updates on there as well, so you can check out those sources if you want a little more information as well.
Good stuff. Marty, thank you.
Okay, sure.
All right, time right now is 8:19. We have much more to get to here on Arc Rochester.
We're back after this.
Advocates for Change of New York's parole system held a rally last night as they continue to push for two key pieces of legislation to get through the state Senate committees. The first, elder parole, aims to expand eligibility to those who are over 55. The second, fair and timely release, proposes that those eligible for parole be granted release unless they are deemed a current unreasonable risk. Supporters say the measures would help incarcerated individuals get opportunities to start over. Meantime, critics question whether discretionary release might be a safety concern.
Get up and present who the new me is. You know, how in the world will my children know and understand who and what I was?
Let's fix the parole system before we start doing drastic changes to it. Let's give our parole officers power back. Let them be able to violate parolees that are out doing bad things.
Despite being introduced in various forms over the years, both bills remain in the state Senate's committee stage. Turning now to a developing investigation in Rochester, police are looking into the suspicious death of a 92-year-old woman who was mauled by a pit bull. Police say family members found Velma Leak dead inside a home on Orange Street around 9 o'clock Tuesday night. Investigators are working to determine whether she died before or after the attack. The pit bull is currently being held by the city as that investigation continues. Those with information should call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 423-9300. An urgent search continues this morning for the masked gunman who fatally shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in a targeted attack. It happened around 7 yesterday morning outside of a Midtown Manhattan hotel. Surveillance footage shows the gunman waiting for several minutes before ambushing Thompson as he arrived for an investor conference.
The shooter appears to be a light-skinned male. He's wearing a light brown or cream-colored jacket, a black face mask, black and white sneakers, and a very distinctive gray backpack.
A motive for the shooting is still under investigation. New this morning, charges are pending after an overnight crash in Rochester. It happened just before midnight on North Street near Upper Falls Boulevard. Police say a man in his 20s failed to yield the right-of-way and crashed into another car. He and the other driver, a woman in her 30s, were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Police tell us an illegal handgun was recovered from the car driven by the woman. They are continuing to investigate. For these top stories and new developments, you can always visit our website, 13wham.com. Stick around, Arc Rochester will return right after this.
Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on Arc Rochester. Just before 8:30, I'm Dan Schreck.
I'm Abby Friedman. We still have a lot to get to this morning, but we're going to get right back into the Pirate Toy Fund, and we're going to talk about where they are today in our community.
Yes, we're now in day 7 of the Pirate Toy Fund toy drive. You'd think I'd be able to say it quickly
well,
at this
on
point.
Day 7.
This is true, so maybe it is day 7. That's why. 5,000 toys for children in need.
Yeah, they really upped the ante this year. The mission is to give out toys to kids in need. It's not just during the holiday season. It is year-round, and they are sprinting to the finish line right now, but they still have a ways to go. Chris Lopez has been tagging along, and he's live at the Aquinas Institute this morning with some very, very generous students. Chris?
Yes, exactly, Abby. Very generous. This was the number we started out with this morning, 12,507, a little bit over halfway there. I would say probably another 2,000 toys went into that Connex truck probably about an hour ago. We had students flying in and out, bringing a ton of toys. Speaking of students, we have Joe out here, and I'm going to play off this. Joe chose not to wear a jacket out here. Why did you, first question, why didn't you wear a jacket, Joe?
The cold doesn't bother me. You know, I play football out here. Yeah, we played the last game of the season last weekend. It was very cold.
This is nothing for you. Is that what you're telling me? This is nothing for you.
I'm used to this, built for this.
There we go, Joe. I appreciate that. And did you donate a specific toy today at all, or?
I didn't donate a specific toy today.
But your family does a lot for the Pirate Toy Fund, though.
Right. So my dad owns a company, Dr. Electric, and over last summer we helped, when the Pirate Toy Fund moved into their new warehouse, we helped put in all the lights, all the outlets, the receptacles, and I was part of that, and my dad was part of that.
What were you doing? You're very young. What were you doing? You plugging in electrical outlets? What were you doing, Joe?
Right. Well, I got to work for my dad. I've worked for him for a few summers now, and it's been great because I just got accepted into a trade program for electrical work down at Alfred State, and I think that's a big reason why, because he got to help me out with that, and I'm glad that I got to help out the Pirate Toy Fund.
And you may not have donated toys, but you help out the Pirate Toy Fund by doing so many things, like putting in electrical outlets and things like that. It takes many helping hands to make sure that their mission comes together. How did you feel about doing it?
Well, it's just been a big part of our family value. You know, we got to help others because I've been very fortunate to go through life without many hardships and you know, that other families don't have the same privilege. So you got to give back, just like God said.
A very generous young individual. What's the plan to after high school? You're a senior now. Where are you going?
Well, I'd like to go to Alfred State down on their Wellsville campus for electrical construction and maintenance.
Okay. You got a 5-year plan, Joe?
5-year plan? Well, first 2 would be down at Alfred State, and then probably some business classes here and there, and working with my dad and want to follow in his footsteps.
A man that has a plan with a very nice outfit indeed. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I'm going to let you get back in here. We're going to talk to Mike Slattery, VP somehow of the Pirate Toy Fund, and we're going to start off. They wanted us to sing. We will get to that in a moment. Stay tuned for that. Mike, we are what are you shaking your head at?
How do you even compare to that? Great job, Joe. You felt it with his heart. He meant it. Unbelievable. Great job.
How do you compare to that, or how do I compare to that?
Well, I know that we'll never make that level. I mean, I'm out here with you today freezing, and Joe's over there, and, actually, I don't know if you know, he plays football, but he also got an interception this year, too. The kid's very talented. But he's low-key. He doesn't talk about, his skill level and stuff. He's a very fine young man. His family should be proud.
Joe chose also not to go inside at all. He's hanging out with us out here. Flakes are flying. It's freezing cold. The man's in pretty much inside attire. Were you doing something like Joe when you were little?
Oh, kidding me? Look at that hair. Him and I compare, don't we? Back when I was his age, I actually had some.
We're a long way from that, my friend. But another thing we are a long way from, unfortunately, is 25K. We're probably at about 15, right. I would say. Final push in these next 2 days.
We have some great events coming up. When we have going to Tim Hortons Ice Complex this afternoon. Yep. Then tomorrow we're over at Connecta in Greece on Mount Read Boulevard. That's going to be fun. And then Friday night we're going to be at the Childlight Community Center. They have the tree lighting. They have sleigh rides. There's a lot of different activities, crafts. The Florence Brasser School is going to be there. They have, I believe, over 160 vendors. So the Pirate Toy Fund is going to be there with our toy box collecting. And but I would just say any different locations, the malls, the Lattimore Physical Therapies, the Mark's Pizzerias, Wegmans. Yes, and Wegmans, and the town of Clarkson, Irondequoit, Gates, Ogden, they have our boxes out there as well.
You heard Mike, we need your help. I'm going to be live at the noon show at the Tim Hortons Ice Complex. Then we're going to be at the Connecta Bank tomorrow. The duet, you ready?
Ready, let's go.
All right, I'll lead. Oh, lead off.
Yeah, you lead right out that way. My goodness, how do you compete with that? If this was the Gong Show, we would have been overthrown off.
I used to be a rose on the plane, now I'm not.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it.
Close. Nose.
Amateur hour. That's all we got.
This is like
a rose on a plane.
This is the cabaret act no one ever wanted to see.
I really don't know what to say.
Listen, we appreciate all the hard work you guys do, but we shouldn't have asked you to sing.
It's giving me the ick. I'm not gonna lie.
Red flag.
That was really bad, my friend.
Don't forget to share a selfie to chime in when you support the Pirate Toy Fund's Toy Drive. Your photo could end up on air or online. Just scan that QR code. and share those photos now.
Do you remember like a few weeks ago when Chris was boxing and we're like, whoa,
Yeah,
Chris is so
what a
cool.
tough guy. He's out
What?
at that speed
Yeah,
bag and like always covering
Yeah.
and making those noises
Gone
that they
now.
make. Come
It's
on.
all gone.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
gone.
All right, we got to switch gears here.
Yeah, we got to do the poll of the day. We were having issues with our graphics system a little while ago, so we still have the opportunity to do so. Today we're asking you, what music streaming service do you use? Daniel?
Your options are Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, or YouTube.
There you go. Weigh in.
Listen, I'm astounded that other people use other platforms than the one that I use.
I think you're not alone in that feeling.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I feel the same way, but you and I use different platforms.
Very different platforms.
Well, not very.
Oh, they're very different.
It's not like I have
No.
a Walkman or something.
Well, no, but the platform I use is intuitive and user friendly, and the one you use, it's just I can only do podcasts on it. I can't do anything else.
It sounds like a you problem.
It might be. It might be. Either way, we want to know where you fall on this chart. So scan that QR code with your smartphone. It'll take you over to our social media X page. You can comment on the poll, reshare that poll, and weigh in on the poll, and we'll go over the results for you at the end of the 9 o'clock hour.
Time right now is 8:35. Stick around when we come back. We're continuing the music conversation. Oh no, sharing some of our songs of the year. Favorite
our
songs.
favorite songs of the year. Don't forget, you can watch us on the go because you're going to want to hear what we're listening to. We are streaming live right now on the YouTube channel. 13 Wham YouTube channel. .38 here on ARC Rochester, and it's time for the download. And this morning we're taking a look at our year in music.
Yeah, look back. It is almost the end of 2024. A lot of music streaming services have just released users personalized versions of what they listen to the most in 2024.
Yeah, we thought it would be an interesting idea to let you get to know us by listening to some of the songs we listen to.
I
Abigail
really-
is cringe about this
Well,
entire thing.
Yeah, it's Yeah.
Listen, why don't we do it? And then we'll see, because it's going to start off in epic fashion.
Are we doing yours first? Ashley, how are we doing this? Because it's not in my iPad. It's not updating.
Oh, back and forth.
Okay, back and forth. Okay, sure. So this was your number 5.
Yes, this was my number 5.
What song is it, Dan?
It is Handlebars by Flowbots.
Okay, I haven't heard this yet. Oh, yes, I have.
Yes, you
sound
have.
on TikTok, right?
Huh?
This was a sound that was popular on TikTok.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
What is this?
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
Oh, yeah. This is your number 5?
Well,
I'm not judging. I'm just asking.
You want a reason why? Because I'll tell you.
Yeah, because wait, is it because you're at the gym and you're riding the bike with your, I'm just asking.
Look at me! No. It's because there's a lot of lyrics, and I like how the speed at which it's paced. So on my way into work, this might be one of my warm-ups. I might be saying all of this as many times as I possibly can.
You know, I do the same thing. Actually, a lot of my songs they're either on my workout playlist or they're like the ones that I do for vocal warm-ups before I come into work.
They're utilitarian. And enjoyable.
Ashley, did you listen to these songs beforehand to make sure that they're the clean
on
version?
the telephone?
They're all clean. Okay, great.
Telephone.
'Cause we'll go to mine next, and it's a little bit of Green Day. Song's called Brain Stew. Have you heard it?
No.
Okay. Well, it's good. It's one of their classics. You definitely recognize it.
I'm having trouble trying to sleep.
Once it gets into the chorus.
Yeah, it's great, and you know, Green Day is one of my favorites.
One of your favorites
of all time.
Yes. Green Day is one of the only bands you'll miss work to go and see.
That was Blink-182, but they're on the list too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I was in their top percentage of listeners. Same with Taylor Swift. She was number 1.
You need to be screen grabbing this and like posting it on social just to see if the artist will.
They wouldn't.
You don't know that.
I would take a pass out. Love them. Yeah, this is Green Day. Song kind of reminds me of getting up for work. I feel like you're just tired.
Ashley, I'm wondering, can you scrub through just to like scrub?
No touching.
Okay. All right, we're going to.
Oh, this was
number
4. This is a little Kendrick Lamar. Anybody? He's playing the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah. We're being told this is. Hold on. Come on, you know Kendrick Lamar.
I know the name.
You haven't heard this song? This is one of his best.
I haven't.
It's good. All right. Well, we should skip before it gets bad.
Okay. My number 4 song.
I'm 2 days into college and I'm 3 lectures behind. There's this guy, let's name him Colin. He says he wants
I'm melting.
but it doesn't really sit with me.
I just want to burst into flames and die.
I told you I didn't want to do this. It's sacred.
Neither
It's
did I.
embarrassing. What is this?
Neither
2 days
did I.
into college?
Oh my yeah. Oh, God. The next one is true. I mean, in full disclosure, I weeded out Barbra Streisand. I said I can't put it on the list. I can't do it, so I'll just share that with you.
Oh my gosh.
Here's my number 3 song.
In the Heights. This is great, though.
Well, also, listen, great warm-up song. Get the articulators going. Lots of.
Break a day, I wake up and I got this little punk. I gotta away. Pop the grade at the crack of dawn.
Big
Sing when I wipe down the awning. Hey, y'all, good morning.
All right. Haven't heard this one before, though.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Have you not seen In the Heights?
I think I've seen most of it.
Except the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, one of those, you like turn it on.
Yes, yeah, you pick up halfway through. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is on a lot of people's. Chapel Roan, who you did not like a while ago, but she's extremely popular.
I didn't not like her. It was just her responance to attention that I was not a fan of.
Yeah, but you also didn't know the songs.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
And that hasn't changed. She has a prosthetic on her face, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
She does.
I didn't want to say something rude. I just wanted to make sure.
No, it's just her Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay. We number 2 on my list. Blink-182, Bored to Death. One of their songs off the album California, which is good but not great.
I'm sure I've heard this.
Definitely, yes. Good, not great, because Tom DeLonge isn't on the album, but I got to hear them play this live when I went to the concert.
Is this the one where they asked the woman to get on the stage?
No, that was a different one. We can't even talk about that because that was so embarrassing for her.
And you know that lives on the internet somewhere.
It does. It's actually all over the internet.
Number 2, Lawrence. It's not all about you.
They got a lot of hate on social media recently.
For what?
People didn't like him.
Really? Just because they didn't like the music?
I think so.
Or are there allegations?
No, just because they didn't like the music.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
They're a talented brother and sister, and
they're good.
they
They're good.
write great music. I like them.
Everybody's a critic.
They are.
It sounds catchy. They sound great. Very Broadway vibes, you know?
She was on Broadway.
Well, there you go. If you're on Broadway, I think you're probably good enough.
I think you're good.
This is your number 1?
Karma. Yeah, I love this one at the gym.
You love AJR.
I do. I love me some AJ. They're big fans of the show. From what I hear.
What I hear is they love this show. Because what's not to love?
I know. We even share part of the same name, A.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
And R.
R? Arc. Yes, Arc. Okay, this is my number 1. This is Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift. This is off her newest album, The Tortured Poets Department.
You said you're a fan of lyrics from her.
Yes. I mean, I like all of her stuff.
Well, sure.
But I think, this album specifically is all about the power of writing and I think it's great. I know a lot of people feel very strongly because it's different. They call it like a pop synth beat. So it's like you're like jamming and then you're like, oh, this is really sad. Oh my gosh.
Listen, my thought behind it is, okay, she wrote it, she performed it. She's also like a bajillionaire.
Yeah.
Who are we to judge?
Yeah. She's great.
Nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah.
You don't like it, don't listen.
Exactly. And you know what? That should be the motto for all of this. If you don't like it, don't listen. There you go.
Boom.
But maybe you got some cool music suggestions. A wide range, I would say, across the board. I think we hit
I would too.
no country on either of our lists.
No.
No. That's all right.
I mean, you can look at my top 100 and there's no country on that list.
Same for me.
Yeah. 8:46. Stick around because when we come back, we've got something coming up. It's a surprise to all of us. We're back after this. 8:49 this morning, and happening tomorrow, an annual holiday tradition is making a return in Rochester, ringing in the...
And this morning we have Associate Brand Manager John Lyons to tell us all about it. We love Keg Tree, not just because we like to drink, but because it's so cool. It's so unique to the Rochester area.
It definitely is. It's really fun to be able to be a part of this every year. This being the 10th anniversary of it, we're super excited to be able to bring everybody in. It's become this local tradition, as you mentioned, where people, eagerly anticipate it. They flock to our social media asking us starting in September when we're going to have it. And it's just fun for family and friends. They bring people in from out of town, and we're just excited to be able to have everybody back again.
Talk to us about how this got started and how it's grown over the past decade, because in the beginning, I can't imagine there were the thousands of people lining up and, vying for parking in that area.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This kind of just started more as a fun little competition with two brewery workers, like, hey, what can we do to put, Rochester on the map as a joke? And they decided, like, hey, Christmas trees is a nice representation of the holidays. Well, we have a bunch of empty kegs sitting around. What can we do with it? Next thing you know, they're stacking them together. And every year it's gotten a little bit bigger, as you mentioned, not only in size with the keg tree itself, but, in the participation in the local community as well.
So just to be clear, the kegs are empty, and you didn't call us to help make them empty, which is honestly, I
know, I apologize for that.
Well,
maybe next year we will, we'll make sure that everybody can partake in empty them. But yeah, they are empty. There's 650 of them, and it's about 3 stories high this year.
That's crazy.
Can we talk a little bit about that, about the technical side of what's holding all those kegs together?
Oh yeah, so we have guys much smarter than myself, mechanical engineers and things like that are making sure these things are strapped together, bound tightly so that they're, upright, not moving whatsoever. They use different cables. I don't know the full technical aspects of it, but I know that they use a lot of like steel cables and things like that, and then wrap it in the lights, obviously, to make sure that it is structurally sound at all times.
So at the Keg Tree event, we know it's gonna light up and it's gonna be magical for everybody. What else can people experience while they're there?
Yeah, so there's gonna be fun for everybody. This isn't just a 21 and over type of thing. That we invite, friends and family to come down, with their little ones. We're gonna have a giant, red sleigh that's been made by our union carpenter workers at the brewery itself. It's fun for everybody. We're gonna have some lights outside of the Christmas tree lights that'll say like Genesee Brewery and things like that. You'll be able to have a lot of fun, take some photos with family and friends. There's a lot of food trucks. There's 8 to be specific, 4 beer trucks. Just a lot of different things with holiday music as well to be festive.
You guys are always coming up with creative new ways to market, to brand, to sell, and to bring in the community. I'm wondering, where do all the ideas come from? Do you just have employees walk up and say, hey, next year it would be fun if we did X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, a little bit, honestly. Like we, as a marketing team, work hard, but we take recommendations from everybody. If somebody's got a great idea, we're not in the business of turning it down, right? Like we're like more the merrier. So we have a wonderful PR team, our marketing team. We have salespeople that kick ideas to us, brewery workers that kick ideas to us. And we're like, hey, let's take the best of all these, bring the culmination together and see what we can do to improve every year.
Do you guys have a unique beer for the event, or is there like a specific beer that you're encouraging people to get while they're there?
Yeah, so we have a couple. So we actually brought one today by Dean Jones, our master brewer at the Genesee Brew House. This is called Keg Tree Ale. It's a nice seasonal twist on the traditional Genesee cream ale that kind of put Jenny on the map, so to speak, years ago. So that's going to be one of the ones that you can only get exclusively at the brew house. But we also have reintroduced 12 Horse, which is a fan favorite from years and decades ago. That's going to be on tap at all the beer trucks as well this year.
Oh, terrific. So there's really something for everyone at this event.
Absolutely.
Parking.
Yes, so we're asking people to go to the High Falls parking garage just because it's going to be busy. You'll be able to easily traverse and get your way over to the, Genesee Brew House at the end of the day.
Perfect. Good to know.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. Out of everything that is going down at Keg Tree, what are you most excited about?
I think just seeing the community come together. That's my favorite thing. It's just like people eagerly anticipating, watching it light up, people with their kids, especially if it's their first time. I love watching the kids get excited and watch the lights flick on when Dean Jones hits the button, and it's just so fun to see their faces light up and families come and have that, seasonal holiday kind of festivities
It's that
together.
holiday magic. It
Yeah.
really is something special.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you again so much. We really appreciate the time. And we'll post all of this information and much more on our website at the end of the hour, foxrochester.com.
Time right now is 8:53. Don't go anywhere. We have much more to get to, including our special show that's happening tomorrow. We're going to give you a little preview.
Yeah, Arc Rochester returns after this.
Going on tomorrow. It's a very special edition of Arc Rochester.
It certainly is, yes. Beginning at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we are moving the show live to MLK Park, giving you an exclusive look at the Rock Holiday Village before they open.
Yeah, not just Chris Lopez live,
No,
but the
no, no, no.
whole team.
2
live.
hours.
Yeah, 2
live.
hours live. And they really have so many awesome things planned this year for Rock Holiday Village down at MLK Park. You're looking at video from previous years. And, yeah.
Honestly, the event, you just said it, it grows every year. This is year 6 of the Rock Holiday Village. The big igloos, the little igloos, those things sell out so fast.
So fast, just a couple hours, and then they're gone. You're getting a look here. There's ice skating. There's
Whoa.
ice sledding. Look at that. Amazing.
I'm not that
What do we
good.
have there? Sitting by the fire pits, enjoying just some of the many vendors and artisans and chefs and
the music and I mean there's literally something for everyone. The lodge.
The lodge.
That is one of the coolest places.
Yeah, it's actually one of the warmest places too,
okay,
because that's
yes.
where we're going to be for a good portion of the morning tomorrow, because it is going to be like 27 degrees for the expected high for tomorrow. So, Daniel, grab your winter jacket.
Yes.
You're only allowed to talk about how cold it is like maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I won't do it a ton.
Unless we're talking about the weather.
Unless we're talking about the weather. And we do plan on talking about the weather while we're out there.
Yes.
Because that's an important factor for you if you want to head out to the Holiday Village tomorrow. We know there are tons of people that are clamoring to get there.
Yeah.
Every year, those igloos, they go like this.
Yep.
The little family size ones, they last minutes.
Yeah, the craft night always sells out.
Yes.
But you know what? There are plenty of free options for people, right?
Well, and there are,
Yeah, you can just waltz in and enjoy the Winter Wonderland.
Yeah. Again, tomorrow morning, starting at 8 a.m., Arc Rochester moving live to Rock Holiday Village.
Yeah,
you can watch us right here on Fox, or again, if you're going on the go, take us with you. 13 Wham YouTube channel.
Yeah, we've been working really hard on it. We're super, super excited, and we hope you're excited too.
And there might be a special guest who shows up at the very end of the show.
We'll
All right,
see.
stick around. We've got tons more to come right here on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We're back after this. Thursday morning. It is December 5th. It's a Friday Eve. Thanks for joining us here on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Dan Track. We still have a lot to come this morning right here on Arc, including taking a look ahead, looking to the All-In Brass Band's upcoming holiday concert. We're going to be joined by the band director, Tom Allen, to see what they have in store.
Yep, and then later we'll be going over the results for our poll of the day. This morning we asked you, what streaming service, excuse me, do you use? Your options, if we can pull it up here. The poll of the day, there it is.
There it is.
We've got
there it was. Your options.
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and YouTube Music.
Yeah, so scan that QR code. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can weigh in on that poll, comment below the poll, and share that poll. And we'll go over the responses coming up at the end of the 9 o'clock hour.
All right, let's get into it. We got to talk about the forecast. Meteorologist Marty Snyder was kind enough to join us once again. And Marty, there's a lot of snow flying out there this morning.
Yeah, a lot of it out there, and it's going to continue as we head through the next couple hours. Good news, it has backed off just a little bit in intensity. Still, it's a situation where people need to be aware of that as they head out. Road conditions aren't that great across the area, but again, they weren't quite to the status where the warning was allowed to continue. So that has been allowed to expire. But you can see that snow as that drops down through the area, but more importantly, look off to the west, northern portion of Orleans County, western part of Lake Ontario. That snow is breaking down pretty well. So again, it's not going to be an all-day type of snow, but just the snow that is moving through right now could cause that quick burst for some areas. That needs to people need to be aware of that so they can plan a little extra time into the commute this morning.
You know what it's giving me? It's giving me shovel the driveway, Dan. You're gonna have to shovel the driveway, Dan. When I get home.
I'll give you the pass.
It's okay.
I'll give you the pass.
Okay. I appreciate that because that That is what we would like.
Yeah. And the other thing you got to consider is going into next week, we're going to be about freezing by, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. So if you're patient, we're going to lose that snow.
Yeah.
So at least if you wait, we're going to get rid of it. So something to consider with how you handle it.
You know what I've seen in the past, and I've considered, because I think it might be a good way. I've seen people with those flamethrowers do the driveways.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
I have one. Would you like to borrow it?
Do you do the
It's
driveway?
fun. No, the driveway's too long.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'd go through a whole 20-pounder of propane in one sitting.
Yeah, but you'd save your back.
That's true. Well, I got the tractor.
Oh,
With the
this
loader,
is true.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. It's not fun to be out there in the cold, but at least it makes it a little bit fun
then
trying to take care of it.
I'll take the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Abigail will come over. We'll take lessons on how to use it.
I'm like almost
You'll enjoy it.
80% sure we've done a Crime Stoppers segment with the fire department saying you should not try to get rid of the snow on your driveway with a flamethrower. I'm like almost positive that we've done that.
You know what? You're probably not wrong.
I'm almost certain that I'm right.
But listen, it goes so quickly.
Does it? And so does your house. when
I
it goes
know.
up in flames.
You're right. You're right. If you do get out there, make sure you're giving yourselves breaks. You're ventilated. You're not overheated.
Stay away from your house structure.
For
the flame.
Yes. No, I'm talking shoveling. Let's shovel
Oh,
safely.
right, yeah.
Let's shovel safely.
Yes.
And maybe, I guess we'll save the flamethrower.
And you know what? If you're out there, you're finishing up your driveway, maybe take a look around your neighborhood, see, if any of your neighbors
That's it.
also need a helping hand.
Yeah, true.
Right? If you're able-bodied and you have the energy and the kindness in your heart, why not go out and do it?
Yeah.
You know where I
Make some
live.
friends.
I was just gonna say, does that mean
That's
you're
a big
swinging
hit.
by today?
Yeah, let's do it.
You know where I live, of course. Is your front loader? Is it a front loader?
Yeah, it's got a loader on the front, blade on the back, so I can either push it off to the side or. That one winter we had like 7 years ago, I was taking the snowbanks and, we were moving those back 10 feet. So it took more. Oh, it was.
Yep.
Is it street legal? Like, can you take that on the expressway? Can you take that 390 to my place?
Well, I got flashers on the back and I've got the slow moving vehicle thing. So I think it probably meets the DMV standards.
Okay.
Not registered, but,
How slow are we talking? Like, do people get mad if they end up behind you?
Well, there's no one on my road. There's never any traffic.
This is true.
Fair
This is
enough.
true.
It's a benefit of living in the middle
With
of
what we
nowhere.
have right now, I'm not going to need it plowed.
No. It's one of those cases where, if you have folks who are a little, maybe not so steady-footed, you want to make sure to clear it and put some salt down. But yeah, it's not going to be a huge amount of snow, but it's mainly just the burst of snow, the intensity with which it's going to come. That's what's going to catch people off guard. That's what's going to cause the road conditions to drop down a little bit temporarily. So, again, not a long-term issue today, but just one of those things where folks need to be aware of that and plan some extra time in and maybe delay travel just a little bit. So, excuse to kind of put it off a little bit.
And you know what? I was in Buffalo yesterday, and they have a lot of snow out there.
Yeah.
And I was reminded of something, and I think it's a good reminder for everybody. You are also responsible for doing your sidewalks. If you have sidewalks in front of your home or your business, that is your responsibility to do that.
I never realized that. I don't know if that's just a thing like recently, because we never had to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a newer thing or if it's different based on what municipality you live in.
I always did them because my father told me to, and that was it.
Yeah, right?
That was the law in my household.
Yep.
So now, see, I'm the curmudgeonly type. I look at my tax bill from the previous year. I'm like, wait, I'm paying this?
I need that itemized,
Isn't that
please.
included?
Yes, exactly. All right,
But
well.
yeah, better to err on the side of caution. Just, clean it off for folks. Make sure everyone's safe.
Very true.
Be a good neighbor.
True. It's winter in the village over in Dansville.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are by streaming us on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel.
the holiday season, and there's no better way to celebrate than with family, friends, and your community.
And Dansville is hoping to help you do just that. They're hosting a community-wide festival this Saturday with an array of activities for the whole family. For more on the Winter in the Village Festival, we're joined now by Salome Ferraro from the Dansville Chamber of Commerce. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you to both of you.
You know, it already sounds like a great time, Dansville's Winter in the Village Festival. But can you give us a little overview of some of the things you have planned?
Absolutely. We have approximately 150 vendors, businesses, and nonprofits participating in the event. And our practice has been that the day kicks off with the Jingle Bells 5K, sponsored by the Dansville Community Center. I think they still have space open for participation. And then it leads into craft fairs at a multitude of locations. Vendors set up in businesses and outside of businesses on Main Street. We have some musical performances at Star Theater, followed by a free movie of Polar Express at 11 a.m. Santa will be at the library. It's the last day to drop off your letters to Santa at the library as well. Again, more food, more fun, more free activities all day long. And then in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, we have a costume contest in the vintage Christmas theme at the Dansville Library on the front lawn. Then we have a Santa parade with a lot of local participation and help from our first responders and one of our local business owners. That kicks off at 4:45, goes down Main Street, and they head to Church Park, which is on Clara Barton Street. There, the Dansville Lions Club has Fantasy of Lights. There are 50 Christmas trees purchased as a donation and then decorated in themes of the purchaser's choice. The lights go on at 5 o'clock with Santa presiding over that event and some community Christmas caroling. And to wind up the night, we have a wine and spirits walk. Tickets go on sale for that at 5:15 at 126 Main Street. It's $15 per person, and you have free alcoholic and not, and free refreshments with your tasting glass and a wristband. So that's the bulk of the events, but we have this fabulous 2-page flyer.
Wow.
A lot on there.
It is. There is a lot on there. We struggle every year to try to fit it on a single piece of paper that will accommodate everyone. That flyer is available in our downtown businesses. Particularly, we have great quantities at the library, at Tony's Pizzeria, all the coffee shops, and Dogwood Trading Company. You can also find it on the Dansville Chamber website. Look under events and Winter in the Village. You could download the PDF if you like and make a plan to come out and just enjoy the full day.
I would imagine there are some Dansvilleites that do not miss this event on a yearly basis and you see them throughout the day at all of these events. Is that a correct assumption?
That is fair, and even from outside of town, this is something that, although well supported by our community, we draw from 20, 30 miles away, people who make plans to come and enjoy the day-long festivities.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it. Again, for those who are interested, do they need tickets? Do they need to register? What do they need so that they can stop by?
No, nothing except for the wine and spirits walk. Obviously, 21 and older, cash only, $15 a person, starting at 5:15 at 126 Main. Otherwise, everything is open to the public, accessible, and there are a lot of free family-friendly activities too. So there's not always, it's not always about spending money. It's about coming down and just enjoying We have 20 ice sculptures and an ice carving demo among the free things to participate in. So
it's about spending time with one another, not just spending money, and we really
Absolutely.
like that. Very community-based. Hey, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate
Thank you.
it. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, no, happy to talk. Hey, don't go anywhere. We have much more to get to here on ARC Rochester.
We're back right after this. Welcome back, 9:18 this Thursday morning. Meteorologist Marty Snyder back with us as we continue to track that snow moving across the region at this hour, Marty.
Yeah, and that's it. Still moving through. It's going to be one of those cases, I keep saying, it's not going to be an all-day type of snow, but for the short term, over the next couple hours, the roads continue to at least deteriorate a little bit in quality. But you can see that snow as it's dropping down and through. Also notice it. Head up towards the northwestern portion of Monroe County, get up towards Clarkson, Hamlin, almost up towards Hilton at this point. Those areas beginning to see what's left of that snow break down. So again, it's only a matter of time after that for crews to get out there and kind of catch up with what has already made its way on roads. So again, not a long-term event, but something that folks need to be aware of for the short term.
Sure. Now, what are we going to see any of this by this afternoon, evening commute? Any of this freezing over?
It's going to be a close call. Anything that has salt applied, not going to be an issue.
Okay.
So, we're going to be close to the freezing point all day. Today's one of those days where we're just kind of hover near 32 for a lot of the day. So, again, untreated surfaces likely will have that chance to freeze up a little bit. But, again, anything that's had salt applied, that's going to work really well. We're right at that critical point where salt, has a pretty good effect when it's applied to any surfaces.
Yeah.
So at least that's some good news.
They say a picture tells a picture is worth 1,000 words.
1,000 words, yeah.
Can we pull up the wham cam? Because that was pretty startling when we saw it just a few seconds ago. There we go.
There it is. Now, if you're patient and you watch, you'll notice it will happen. You'll see flakes start to fly by. Just give it a second. We were watching them just 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, those are floaters.
No, it's... we're not the same age, Marty. We were watching it as we...
What are you trying to say?
when we had the wham cam up, when we were bumping to break, yes, you could see them flying by.
Right now. it's just
Right now, it's white out up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it tells you what you're seeing.
Right.
Yeah, which is
And
not much.
The thing you have to consider is, you're kind of up in elevation a little bit. You're looking, it could be a mile or so before you have a target to actually see. So, sometimes that looks a lot worse than it actually is on the ground. But yeah, it's out there. It's snowing pretty good in some places, and just got to be aware of that. And may have to get the shovel out for the first time for some folks this season.
Yeah.
Boy,
We're
that's
getting there.
an event.
We've had a couple motor vehicle accidents this morning. I know
Yeah.
our traffic cameras are running into some issues. I'm wondering if we could pull up some of the slides and show off where they are this morning. Yeah, you're still
Look
looking
at that.
at
Getting delays there.
some delays. We've had 9 motor vehicle accidents this morning.
Easily, yeah.
All over the board. Let's see if we can grab some of them here. Daniel, do you want to do these?
First one here we're looking at is accident 390 South Highland Drive. Looks like that is causing a bit of a slowdown there. Take that into consideration. If this is part of your daily drive, look for an alternate route. But don't use 531 East, because at Washington Street and Union Street, there are 3. But throughout the morning, we have seen them from Canandaigua on the thruway, as far west as we go in our coverage.
And the notable thing about those is you notice those 2 areas that are in that orange color there. They're on the west side. It was 390 that was slow, 490 inbound from the west side. And those are the areas that have been getting hit first with this band that's coming through. They saw some of the snow overnight, but again, with this phase, that's what's impacting those areas that have those slowdowns. So you can kind of see it showing up in the travel reports there for where that snow has been most moderate.
Yeah, really? You can tell winter arrives when your story is, the wham cam and the non-beauty shot you have and all of these traffic incidents. You know the seasons are changing.
Right, and especially that there, I think at 531, those could be, incidents where you're slowing down for lights and things like that. But you get out on 531, we're going to have the wind picking up today. So, some blowing and drifting of snow that, could be, it's not going to be a huge issue, but it could cause, visibility to drop down, especially on that 531 corridor where it's pretty wide open and, where that snow really moves around.
It only needs to be an issue for one person for it to be an issue for a lot of people.
Exactly.
So you got to be prepared. You got to give yourself that extra time and a wide berth or space or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. Plan extra time so you're not right up on the next person, and you're giving yourself that extra time to drive in. And it was the case for me where I had someone on the way in to work this morning. There was a guy right on my tail coming in, and I'm trying to drive prudently for the conditions that were out there. Yeah. And this morning, like we were mentioning earlier, is those huge snowflakes.
Yeah.
It's almost like that. It was like a Star Wars type of scenario where it's kind of flying in your face there, and it was almost disorienting. It was just so much that if you had your high beams up trying to watch for the deer who are out there going all over the place this time of year, you really couldn't see the road all that well because you had all this.
So you're rolling the dice.
Yeah. So I tried to slow down a little bit, bring the high beams down, and it worked. We got here safely.
Did the guy behind you pass you?
He did not. No, he actually went off on a different direction.
Oh, okay, good.
Stayed on the road, but different road.
Different road.
Not in the ditch.
Okay, good.
Good.
All
Marty,
right,
thank you. We appreciate it.
Sure, yeah, anytime.
Time right now is 9:24. We have much more to get to. Stick around. We're back after this. celebration today of Indigenous Voices over at RMSC. A brand new permanent exhibit is opening to the public this morning.
And we are here with them today, Kaji Juni and Catherine Moreno-Santos, to give us a first look at the space. Good morning, and thank you both for waking up with us. We really appreciate it. So tell us, what can we expect?
Well, it's an amazing new exhibition opening on December 6th, Friday, and we're so thrilled to unveil this to the public because we're featuring the artwork in this Haudenosaunee Continuity, Innovation and Resilience exhibition of 7 contemporary Haudenosaunee artists. And they're really all using ancestral traditions to explore and express their identities, as well as to address modern issues. So it's very powerful, very moving, very exciting to see the work and to be able to experience it through the words of the artists themselves.
Can you tell us a little bit about the need for an exhibit like this in our area?
I think it's something that's really groundbreaking that we don't usually see. So we're pairing up the work of our ancestors, and some of the things have gone to sleep for hundreds of years, like pottery is what I have in the exhibit. So they really, and then to create work inspired by our ancestors.
I would imagine the exhibition tells a story. Each piece of work tells its own individual story, but in combination with the next piece and then what we see over here, you're getting all of the puzzle pieces to put together, correct?
Yeah. So it was curated by Jamie Jacobs, and he works at RMSC, and he's Seneca. So his vision of bringing all these artists together and connecting them with the ancestral work, and it's really amazing. I hope people get out to see it.
What has the collaboration process been like? How enjoyable has it been? I know you just briefly mentioned it, but I imagine you'd be working with a lot of others too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really wonderful because we've gotten to know the artists really well. They've come into the RMSC, they've spent a lot of time with the collections, gained that inspiration. We've collaborated in many different ways. We've been out to some of the artists' house to see their process and learn more about it. So it's just been a really rich and moving experience, I think, for everyone.
And forgive me, you said it. How many artists again?
There are 7 artists that are featured currently. We do have plans for a temporary changing display, so we expect to add more as time goes on as well.
And I just want to clarify, and forgive me if we got this wrong, this is happening tomorrow?
It opens to the public tomorrow.
Okay,
yes.
I'm so sorry. I think we said today then. So our apologies there. What time, and do people need tickets to go see this?
Yes, so admission to the museum is what you would need to see the exhibition, though we just started offering complimentary admission to tribal citizens. So that also starts with the opening of the exhibition. So excited to be able to announce that.
I have to imagine you're anticipating a positive response or an emotional response, because that's what art does. It draws that out of us. What do you expect you will hear from the Native American community?
I think they're going to be really emotionally touched by seeing it. You know, the pairing of the ancestral work with the contemporary. I know I was there last night for the soft opening, and yeah, it was really emotional.
Absolutely, yeah. We've just had such a great and positive response from the communities, and everybody's really excited about it, excited to have this platform to talk about their stories and their heritage in their own words. And so we're just really gratified to be able to support that work and have this transformational space at the Rochester Museum and Science Center.
Fantastic. And we're so excited for you as well. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful and so meaningful to so many in our community. Best of luck. You said you plan on expanding it a little bit more. Any idea which direction or which art medium we're going to go with?
So we do actually have a beadwork artist who we are working with currently to figure out what's next. Allison Smith is her name. She's from Tonawanda community. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on it. I'm sure people are going to love it. And thank you so much for coming in to speak about it. For you at home, we will post all of this information online, 13wham.com and foxrochester.com after the show.
Time right now is 9:31. Stick around. We're back after this.
9:34 this Wednesday. Welcome back. And in your community, in less than 2 weeks, Rochester Broadway Theater League will celebrate the king of pop himself.
Yeah, MJ the Musical centers around the creation of Michael Jackson's 1992 Dangerous World Tour. And it all kicks off December 17th and runs through the 22nd. And to tell us more, we're joined now by cast member Jay Daughtry. Jay, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Jay, so let's set the stage first and foremost. Who do you play in this show?
Well, I get the opportunity to play the iconic Berry Gordy, as well as Michael Jackson's stage manager, Nick, for the Dangerous Tour in 1992.
Oh, when you take on the role of iconic people that anyone in the community would be able to point out and say, yeah, we know who this is. Is it a little more nerve-wracking because you're trying to embody someone that is real?
Well, I like to think, especially for a character like Berry Gordy, that I'm so familiar with him. He feels like my uncle or someone I grew up around. So it's very easy for me to just naturally play him. So in that regard, it's not that that hard for me to, portray a character like that.
I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. What made the Dangerous World Tour in 1992 so special enough where an entire musical was built around it?
Later performances, the show is centered around that, but we actually get to go back in time and see his process growing up, why he was the way that he was, what made him be the kind of performer that he was. So we get to transcend throughout his life and career, and it just so happens that the thing that brings us together in one space is preparing for this tour. But the Dangerous Tour was something special, and it was indeed dangerous.
I mean, the music in the show, show-stopping by itself. Then you add in what we were just looking at, the quality and the caliber of dance. Can you take us through the rehearsal process for that? How long does that take?
Well, these dancers are all phenomenal. They are leading characters in their own right. We rehearsed for, I think, a month before we went out to perform the show. But they picked it up like that. I remember being in rehearsal on the first day. Now, I used to dance. I don't dance anymore. But they were soaking up the material very quickly. And a lot of the movement is already in our bodies and we don't even know it. You know what I mean? It's very things that we've seen and we've done all our lives, so it's very familiar.
Well, I don't know. I've been trying to moonwalk for about 3 decades and I still can't do it. It doesn't look good.
For those who maybe have never seen the musical or have never heard of MJ the Musical, what are some of the songs that they will obviously recognize? I mean, probably most of them, but just some of the showstoppers.
Oh, well, we have I'll Be There. We have Beat It. We have Stranger in Moscow. We have Billie Jean. We have so many songs, so many iconic songs. And it's one of those musicals where, like, you're sitting in the audience and you forgot that you knew this song. And it as soon as it starts playing, you're like, you can see people in the audience light up like, oh, I remember this. I remember exactly where I was when I first heard this song. And it's also one of those musicals where it crosses generations. So grandma and grandpa can come and enjoy it. And also the newest additions to the family will enjoy the show as well.
Do you have, to piggyback off of Abigail's question, of those songs, of the songs in the show, do you have a favorite?
I would have to say it's the song I get to sing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And it's called You Can't Win from the movie The Wiz. Yeah, Berry Gordy and Michael Jackson, we call him Middle Michael, get an opportunity to do a duet where I'm trying to advise Middle Michael, who is deciding to, go out on his own and leave Motown. And I'm trying to advise him as Berry Gordy saying, hey, you need me. And he's like, no, I don't. But it's a great moment for me in the show, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It sounds so great. Have you been to Rochester before? Have you performed with RBTL?
I believe so. I've been around a lot, and so all the cities start to like melt into one.
Understandable, for sure. Well, gosh, I'm sure that the community is so excited to have
100%.
you back. And one more time, when are you guys going to be here?
We'll be there until the 22nd. I believe the 12th through the 22nd. Yes.
Perfect. And we will post all of that information for you at home. If you want to get those tickets, you'll know where to go. 13wham.com and foxrochester.com. Thank you so much. Now beat it.
Oh my God.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
It was good.
It was all right.
He's laughing. He liked it.
Time right now is 9:40. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, representatives, we have much more to get to here, I should say. We're back after this.
.43 this Thursday morning and happening this weekend. The All In Brass Band is holding its holiday concert and sock drive for the Open Door Mission Women and Children's Center.
Yeah, the concert kicks off at 3 on Sunday, and to tell us more about it, we have the band's director, Tom Allen, with us. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
The band is so much fun to watch. We are familiar with all of the work that you've done, especially with the Jazz Festival and other shows. So I'm sure, like we said during the break, that this concert is going to be fun, but there is a bigger meaning to it.
Yeah. People see us around town. It's like, oh, that's so much fun, so much fun. We have members from the ages of 7 on up, and it's multi-generational, and we have musical mentors in the sections with the kids. We only play fun music, but an equal element of it is that we play at events all around town for organizations that serve the most vulnerable in our community. And the kids in our band learn about that. And about 7, 8 years ago, one of our young members, Olivia, who's now in college, she came up with the idea, let's do something that we run, and we can the kids in the band run it. So the kids in the band run this event. We've been doing it for a while, and admission to the event is a pack of clean, new, warm socks for the Women and Children's Center of the Open Door Mission.
Tom, can you give me a guesstimation of how many pair of socks? I mean, 8 years, and I got to imagine in the beginning, not so many, but you got to be at thousands.
Oh, yeah. Over the years, it's like 500 this year, 600 that year, 300 that year. Even during COVID, we were outside and people were coming in their cars dropping off socks. So you have thousands and thousands of pairs of socks. And it's a really interesting thing that it's the young members of our band telling me, you know, if a young kid is in a situation like that, it's not that young kid's fault. That young person needs to know somebody cares. And that's part of what should be in the heart of any musician, maybe any person.
What is it like when you hear that from members of your organization, when you hear the kids say, no, we want to do this? That's got to, you're having an impact.
Yes. Well, from day one, our mission was, equal part of our mission was to learn about events. So we play at these events, and then the kids learn about the events. So whether it's, and I don't want to name it because it's really dozens of organizations around town, but the kids learn about the events, and the fact that they can take that and run with it and do it on their own, and they organize it. A lot of these kids, I didn't even know this, but some of the kids were like, we get volunteer points at school, or this looks good on our National Honor Society application. And I'm like, I didn't know that. That's not part of the recruitment for the band. And the kids are like, oh yeah, it's like a big reason people join the band. I said, good. All in.
Yeah, all in, absolutely. For the show itself, I'm sure you guys have been practicing real hard.
Yeah.
What are some of the tunes you'll be playing?
Well, we'll play Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. We will play The Grinch. We'll play I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. And we've got this really big brassy arrangement of Jingle Bells with a big brassy band ending. And also, we're going to come down on the floor around the audience, and we're going to play our regular Jazz Fest fun stuff. So
Very
Lovely
nice.
Day, trombone shorty music, Rebirth brass band music.
Let me ask, when you're playing at these concerts, have you ever had someone come up and say, hey, you know, my name's whatever, I want to join this? Almost
every time we go out.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I used to be in band and we never played fun music like that. And then that would come on down. It's all in. You come on. We want you to feel good. Our teaching style, and I've been so blessed by having the great mentors in the sections over all the years. It's a very positive, patient, encouragement first coaching method. And we get the kids in the band. We play the music. We've got, you know, folks who know the music, so they can hang in there. They can figure it out for a couple of weeks. But then once they're really contributing, it's amazing seeing a kid going from, I don't know if I know the fingerings, to now they're like, hey, everybody.
They come out of their shell.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, Tom, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it, and for all of the work that you're doing. One last time, a pack of socks gets you free admission?
Absolutely. That is your admission. Come on in, bring some clean, warm socks for the Women and Children's Center, and hopefully you'll have fun.
Perfect. Thank you again for coming in and for all the great work you do. And for you at home, we'll post all of this information on foxrochester.com so you know where to go.
Time right now is 9:48. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, our final thoughts of the morning. thoughts of the morning here on ARC Rochester.
We're going to start things out with our poll of the day.
Yeah.
Bring it up. This morning, we wanted to know what music streaming service you used. Your options: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, or YouTube Music. Abigail, the results?
Here they are. Spotify with 52% of the vote.
Trash.
What do you
is
use?
what that
Apple
is.
Music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I just always have.
You got a good number of the votes with that.
Yeah. I just thought we would win.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next year, Max.
Okay, so once again, we do want to remind you we have a very special show tomorrow over on here on ARC Rochester, I should say. We will be live from MLK Park, counting down the hours to the grand opening of this year's Rock Holiday Village.
We certainly will. So that means from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning, you can watch us live, showing you everything you can possibly do at the Rock Holiday Village. Abigail, you know, this is their 6th year doing it, and every year this event keeps growing. More vendors show up. There's more igloo spaces. There's more ice skates. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
Everything you could want under one roof.
A little something for everyone. Unfortunately, the igloos are sold out, but there are still so many other things to take part in. We have the lodge. We have ice skating. Like you said, they have those awesome fire pits. You can just grab a hot chocolate and stand near it.
Get
and
some
enjoy.
donuts.
Yeah, and you know what? It is really like a winter wonderland out there.
It is. And this video, unfortunately, this is from last year, so, you know, we didn't see all that much snow. But something tells me that tomorrow things are going to it's going to look like a winter wonderland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out there tomorrow.
It's going to be cold for sure. 27 degrees is the expected high for the day on Friday. So if you are headed out, make sure you bundle up. Look at that. Letters for Santa. I think right there is
I've got
Santa's
mine ready to
Village.
go.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I do. It's written. It's lengthy. It's actually it's too thick for one envelope.
Oh, okay.
So 2 envelopes, extra postage, but I will be hand delivering it, I hope.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're gonna have live weather out there. It's the whole team. It's the whole show. This is not like a live segment that we're doing out in the field. This is top to bottom, soup to nuts, beans to beans.
Really excited. This is something that we have been wanting to do for almost 2 years now, Dan, you and I. So please join us, like we said, tomorrow starting at 8 o'clock right here on ARC Rochester. And it's going to be a great time, and we promise it'll be a great time.
It absolutely will.
I guarantee it.
And you know what else, Abigail? You know what else is happening tomorrow? The Pirate Toy Fund.
Yes.
Pirate Toy Fund. Tomorrow morning, we will be live at Conecuh Federal Credit Union. We won't. Chris Lopez will be. Kicking off the morning over there as they continue that push for 25,000 toys. 12,500, I think, is what we started at this morning.
Yep.
So we'll be up, but we got a long way to go, people.
Yeah, they were lucky enough to get some very generous donations this morning from the students at the Aquinas Institute. I would guess a couple hundred, if not 1,000 toys donated this morning from all of those awesome kids. So we'll see what the total looks like tomorrow. And then we know they also have the weekend, too, to get those totals up, hopefully reaching that goal of 25,000 toys. And, of course, monetary donations are always accepted where they can go and purchase the toys themselves.
One of my favorite parts of all of the pirate toy madness is the faces of the people when they make the donation.
Yeah.
It's a face of, I feel good doing this. I'm doing good for others. And that's what it's all about.
And you know what? It doesn't just help kids during the holiday season. It helps them all year round. The bags of toys will sometimes be packed up into the vehicles of police officers, county sheriffs, to give to kids who are maybe in an uncomfortable situation or an unfortunate situation. Just something to brighten their day a little bit, make them feel more comfortable with whatever is going on. You know, also hospitals and any kind of center where kids may be.
You're helping kids. It doesn't matter. Help kids. Make the donation.
Yeah. And you can do so over on our website. We have more information with the Pirate Toy Fund. Look for that on 13wham.com.
We sure do. 9:56. That does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Make sure to join us tomorrow morning, starting at 4:57 over on the other channel, 13 Wham ABC.
We have much more live local news later today. 13 Wham News at midday. We'll see you then.
check.
Hello, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good.
No, you're good.
Do you want these?
I'm all right. Thank you, though. Tomorrow morning, the Rock Holiday Village is back, and we will be there live for a full 2-hour special edition of Arc Rochester. Join us 8 to 10 over on Fox. Okay.
Grab finger 3, CG3 fader, move it up and down. Kind of treat it like sometimes when we have trouble at the noon show getting CG3 to run. Try doing that. See if that helps.
Tomorrow morning, the Rock Holiday Village is back. We will be there live for a full 2-hour special edition of Arc Rochester. Join us from 8 to 10 over on Fox. Friday morning, right after Good Day Rochester, Arc Rochester spends a full 2 hours at the Rock Holiday Village. Join us for a special show, 8 to 10 on Fox Rochester.